Yeah, this is the topic I want us to dwell on now, right? You see, this topic is not so much difficult. Let me remove that so much. It's not difficult, right? Because you're doing this topic in management practice as well as LO. Okay, no problem. But remember that you are on air. All right. That reminds me, there was a time Mrs. Trump came here. Then she was talking with me. This thing was recorded. When I uploaded the video, I saw Mrs. Trump there, right? But it's great, we can be using that one to remember her. Yeah. Okay. Ethics in relation to property and personal right. Right. We got certain rights. We call these rights inalienable rights that no one can take away from you. Right. I love this topic in the sense that whenever there are questions from this topic, my student always nail it. I don't know why. Perhaps maybe you are doing it, you have done it in the, or they've done it in management practice or what. It's very, and there will be questions from ethics, very important, right? So ethics, personal rights. Let's first of all start with this. Ethics in relation to property and personal rights. So these are personal rights that we need to talk about here now. Equality, right? Equality, which means everyone is equal before the law and has the right to equal protection, right? The constitution of a country governs everyone in the country. There is nobody that is beyond the constitution, right? Nobody is beyond the above the law. Let me put it that way. You remember the time Mr. Zuma was taken to court and he was tried. We didn't say that Mr. Zuma was the president of the country, you cannot try him. No, to tell you that we are all the same before the law, right? Malema has been, Malema, right? Malema was in court. He's been convicted. They sentenced him to 5 years imprisonment, right? Yeah. Although he's gonna appeal, but that appeal gonna drag. But by mere being convicted alone, is gonna deny him of so many rights, right? Because if you are convicted, it's gonna compromise your rights. So that is why you must always behave well, be a good citizen, right? So by virtue of the Constitution, we got equal rights, right? In terms of protection, we cannot say because you are a president, your right is more important. Your life is more important than the other. There is nothing like that, right? That is what we are saying. No unfair discrimination against anyone, right? Discrimination is not allowed by virtue of one's personal rights. And where is our personal right entrenched? Is entrenched in the Constitution. It's written in the Constitution. The right me and you is enjoying, right, as a citizen or as an inhabitant of in South Africa, that right me and you we are enjoying, or you and I is enjoying, is in the Constitution, right? So it says no unfair discrimination against anyone. Nobody must be discriminated against, and nobody is better than anyone else or deserve better treatment. We are all equal. That reminds me of there is a novel. I don't know whether you've heard about this novel. uh, they call it animal farm. Animal farm, yeah. Have you heard about it? Yeah. You must watch it. I think it should be on YouTube or somewhere else. Animal Farm, written by George Orwell. So it was a kind of a revolution, right? They revolted, I mean, against the white man. That was it's just like a colonial stuff, man. This imperialism. Then the animals, they plan a coup. They overthrow the human race, right? They were very interesting. We read it when I was in secondary school those days. So they overthrew the human race and make laws for themselves. They say all animals are equal, right? Then it got to a point that the snowball and all those people that they elected as their leaders, now corruption is coming into play. They change the law. They say all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others. George Orwell. Okay, so by virtue of the Constitution, as it relates to personal rights, the state and individual have all the state and individuals all have to treat everyone the same, right? That is the personal right in equality. Then, in terms of human dignity, right? In terms of human dignity, everyone has inherent dignity and the right to have that dignity respected and protected, right? You've got your own dignity, you got your own inherent dignity and right, so it must be respected and be protected. That is why when somebody trample on your right, you know what we mean by trample on your right or infringe on your right, you can seek redress. You go to the court and challenge it, right? It's in the Constitution. Then you got right to human dignity to be respected, right? You got the right to be respected. Then no humiliation or embarrassment of people is tolerated by virtue of human dignity. You don't humiliate. You see, you say it's a joke. There is nothing like a joke, right? As long as it doesn't go well with the person that you are making mockery of, that person can then go to court and sue you for making mockery of him or her. So right. So it's in the Constitution. It's not me that is saying it. It's there in the Constitution. Then people cannot be mocked, like I said, for who they are or the choice they make in their life. That is why when you see somebody say, you cannot see somebody now, for example, you say this is a movie. You can't say that. That person got the right can sue you. Right. This one is this one is this. No, you don't do like that. Don't joke, don't make mockery of people. You see? I think, yeah. So we need to know. Then the third one, remember the first one is equality, when we are talking about personal rights. Then human dignity, it comes in the exam, right? Then the third one is labor relation. What are we talking there? You got the right to a fair labor practices. That is why you see some people, they toy, right? But that toy must be something that is there should be, it should be done within a certain limit, right? Before people go out for toy, they need to seek an approval. It must be something that is within the framework of the law. Every worker have the right to form and join a union. You got the right to join a union. But what I can tell you is that those days in this college, it was not so much allowed to be a member of a union. But since later things started developing and all these things that this type of restriction was overturned, right? For example, in China, in China, to be a member of a union there is something that is easy. Even in United States, United States sometimes I consider them to be hypocrites. Hypocrites. They always talk of human right. But in their place there, to join a union is not so. It's a problem. Problematic there. They don't allow it because of these big bourgeois, these millionaires, billionaires. They don't want people to disrupt their business. You see, they prefer to give much consideration to their wealth than to human being, right? Every worker has the right to participate in the activities and program of a trade union. You got the right. I remember those days really in West Africa where I was working when I was young like you, my first job. You dare not talk about joining a union. If they hear you talking about trade union, they fire you. Yeah. You see, you can't dare not. But when I came to this country, I see that people can do everything they like. Much freedom. And what I can tell you is this: they say South Africa got the most toughest labor law in the world. Because the labor laws there is very strict and they apply it. You dare not mess around with people here, which is good. Right. Then every worker has the right to participate in legal strike. Legal. Underline this, it must be legal. If you participate in an illegal strike, then you can be summoned and the due process has to take place. And if you are found guilty, you know the consequence, right? Then employee must be treated fairly. So this is a labor relation. So those three acts, as it relates to personal rights, we must make sure that we take note of these things. It can come out in the exam. Is the period getting over now? Or huh? It's over. Okay. So guys, we're gonna stop here. Then next time we're gonna talk about what is this? We're gonna start from here. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Okay, personal right in relation to property. Right? So let's stop here. I'm gonna upload this thing for you on YouTube. So I will really